second. All right, we're live.
Okay, folks, it's good to see everybody here tonight. We thank you for coming. And our meetings we're still having. We're still trying to get things done. Sometimes they look like they're mighty slow. Some things that took place that we've been working on over a year. As a matter of fact, Brownie was the instigator in them to start with. The stoplights at the different places, which Larry's gonna talk about them in a little bit. But before we get started, if you would, let's stand and have the pledge of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Father, as we come tonight, we come very willing to praise and honor you. Thank you for all things that you do for us that we know about, things you do that we're not even aware of. But Lord, as we come, we just want to honor you tonight. As we meet, Lord, might things be planned or try to be planned that would be pleasing unto you. And as we try and strive to do this, we would ask it to be blessed in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I've already welcomed you and we did the pledge, but I want to say to you again, thank you for being here. Anything that we need to talk about tonight among us, it's a small group, we need to talk about it. So with that being said, Larry's going to come up and give some updates on first one thing and another, if he would.
Well, for those of you aware, on the 26th of March, I think it was, or the 25th, we had a flag dedication up at the community house. And the flags were dedicated in honor of Brownie and all the military veterans of our community. We have any veterans with us tonight? Let's stand up. Let's give them a hand. All our veterans. It's when you ride by the community house up there and look at those flags are flying in y'all's honor. Not only did they put flags up, we have lights that's on the flags at nighttime. They're also replacing the sign. We're going to have a 4-foot sign that's going to be better seen at night. They also put a fence in front of the community house to keep you from driving in front. And the reason for that is the septic tank is on the side and somebody's car is going to fall in the septic tank. So decided we better fix that problem before somebody really gets hurt and somebody damages their car. The whole community house has been re-renovated. New tile, new paint, updated the bathrooms. We got a brand new piano in there. So the community house is something that we all can be proud of because it's in our community and it's ours, the community of Rockfish. So, and you can thank Mr. Brock for that because he was on that project that got the community house where it's at, and he was very instrumental in making sure that we had one to replace the old one that we had down at the school. So we've done a good work up there. So I'll let Mr. Brock talk about that.
The community house is another project. That was back a long time ago. So we won't get into that one. But I did neglect to have the minutes of our meeting read a while ago. I got a little ahead of myself. So if you would handle that, and our treasurer here is not here tonight, but I think our money is about like it was. I don't think it changed a whole lot. $353 in the bank. So if you would.
Minutes from the March 16th. We did a dedication, of course, at the community house for the veterans. Talked about the stoplights, the break-ins and vandalism, trash pickup. I think it's about covered beautification and all.
That it? Any questions for about the minutes? If not, Larry, go ahead and continue.
Okay, update on the projects, DOT projects. We have a number of projects that are being planned, 2 projects that has not been completed, but kind of semi-completed, is the 2 stoplights. The stoplight out here and the one at Davis's Bridge. Back in 2013, they were way down the list of things that the state wanted to accomplish in the community. But with the perseverance and Brownie's relationship with the DOT and what we've done and what I've been able to do, and what Mr. Brock's been able to do in contact with the DOT, they made it reality. They are not hooked up yet. It'll probably be within the next 30 days. They've got to inspect them. And then once they inspect them, they'll turn them on, but they're going to flash for 1 week. Here and Davis's Bridge. I don't know if it's all going to be in the same time frame, but that's protocol. They'll turn them on and they'll flash, and the reason they'll do that is give the community warning that there's going to be a light, and plus they're going to be marking the highways and things of that nature. So that's where we stand on that project. Everybody has on Facebook, through our website or through our Facebook page, thanks to Brian Martin, our man that keeps everything public. Everybody says, well, we need a light at the intersection of Rockfish and Lindsay. Well, according to the letter, and those of you that are here tonight, if you'd like to get a copy of this letter, I have some to show you what the state has said. But there's no plans for a light at that intersection as of yet. But we did have 2 of the DOT officials come from Raleigh yesterday, along with myself. And of course, we had some visitors, the chamber, they were there. And they were in the meeting with us as we talked to them. And they called me back this morning, Mr. Patrick Norman, Mr. Chuck Dumas. And they're very concerned about that area because there's so much traffic coming, going, coming crossways. You don't know where nobody's going to come, where they're going when they come across from Davis's Bridge, if they're going to turn left, if they're going to turn right. They come across some railroad tracks. One of the men asked me yesterday, said, do they hit these tracks this hard? I said, oh yeah. He said, well, they're knocking the front end out of line. So I had them to come at 4 o'clock. Somebody said, why'd you have them to come at 4? To see the traffic. You could have them to come at 11 o'clock, there ain't no traffic. They'd say, what'd you bring me down here for? But they came at 4 o'clock to see the traffic, what was going on. So they called me back this morning, and what they said they were going to do is they were going to go back and they were going to look at the crash data. They're going to put a thing across the highway to see how many cars is coming across right there. Well, they've already done that up here. They're going to probably catch the same number down there as they kept caught up here. But they're going to pull the crash data and see what they can come up with. Now, a lot of this money that goes towards the projects that the state funds is done through a stock safety program. So they're not saying that they're going to do anything, but they're going to take a very close look at it because it's not safe. And what we're trying to do as a community volunteer board is to find things that's not safe and bring it towards the county commissioners. If it needs to go higher, I got contacts that we can get it where it needs to go. And thanks to Brownie and Mr. Garland Pierce and Senator Tom McInnes, they've made the traffic lights happen. So, that's where we stand. And I think we've been pushing for that. I know as long as we've been in existence, and it was a long time before we came along that the traffic lights were needed years ago. And it's only going to get worse. So, I'm hoping and praying, they said within the next 2 weeks that they'd let us know what they could do. And the reason they're not committing is because we've got so many projects. We've got about 4 different projects that's going to come up. And, there's a project that's going to widen Rockfish Road to multi-lanes with a new part coming from Camden Road up to Westfield Drive. And then, of course, they're looking at the Gillis Hill extension. and Lindsay Road project right here that will come out at the Dollar General, put a stoplight there. So they're taking a real close look at this intersection down here. They have not committed, but at least that some of the big officials came down and took time to come. They could have said, well, we can't make it, but they drove from Raleigh. And somebody said, well, how'd you get them down here? I said, well, talk to Mr. Garland Pierce. Garland Pierce is a man of action. And I'm very grateful that he's on our side. We've got two, Garland Pierce, Senator, and Senator Tom McKinnis, and they're on our side. They want to see our community more safer than what it is. So that's where we stand as far as the traffic lights down there at the intersection. I think basically, with all the projects that's coming on, I'm hoping they're going to be able to help us out a little bit. Is make at least put up some type of, maybe a blinking light, flashing red light, subtle light, and they can do that. Somebody said, well, they can't do that. Well, Raleigh can do anything they want to do. They call the shots. Is that right? So that's where we stand. I think we'll move to the next one. Is E.T., I'll let him talk about the vandalism and things. We had somebody broke into Shepley's last night. They're breaking in. And I think a while back they broke in here and smashed a bunch of windows.
Springtime, they're out trying to make a living.
And I will say this, and I know we're live on Facebook, but I want to thank the people that are coming to our flags at the community house and down here at Rockfish. I want to thank them for turning the flags upside down.
They do a good job at it.
They do a real good job, but as of today, I'm not going to say any more about the flags, because if they turn the flags, somebody's going to see them. That's all we'll say. And they're doing that, and I don't know why. Why do you want to turn the flags? At least once a week. They done these up here last week, and yesterday we were standing down there for the meeting, and it was brought to my attention that the flag was turned upside down, and I just turned it back Saturday. So, but if I was, whoever's out there listening, be careful, because you might be seen. I mean, we're trying to do things positive for the community, make the community look good. You know, a lot of people come to Rockfish. I hear it all the time. Man, your place looks good down there. Rockfish looks fine. It does, but there's a lot of improvement. So I'll turn it back to E.T.
We've got a corner down there that we've been working on and working toward getting it cleared up. We got part of the way with it here a little while back, and eventually the building will, I'm sure, be torn down and moved away. As far as break-ins, like I just said, they're out to make their money before it gets too hot. If you get out and steal it on nights like last night, it was nice and cool to cut catalytic converters off cars and things like that. And they bring good money. I believe you said you lost one, your car was out of being worked on. No telling how many more they had gotten. They do it every now and again down at Shepley's. I think they just kind of wait and make sure everybody's gone to bed and go in there and get what they want. But as a community member, if we see things like that taking place, we need to call somebody with some authority and see if we can help get it stopped, bring it to the attention of our sheriff department. They, excuse me, they got where they come down a little bit more than they used to. They'll come through here and take a look and ride around, but they could come down and stay a little more, but that's all right. We've survived it for 80-some years, I know, because I've been here that long, so we can make it on without them, I guess. Anyway, as I say, take time to kind of look around where you live, and look around and see things that might be taking place that it wouldn't hurt. Down in Dove's Field, where Brownie owns some property, there's some problems going on down there, and a man, I started to say gentleman, but he wasn't. He sprayed Brownie in the face with some what do they call it?
Mace,
Bear mace or something like that, it almost ruined his lungs. He's had a right good bit of trouble trying to get over it. In fact, he's had a lot of trouble trying to get over it. So things like that take place if you see something like that coming and head it off before it gets here, it sure would be nice, you know, and having a park and getting things like that stopped. Have you got anything else, Larry, you need to
I
talk
know,
about?
I'm
that?
fine, I think Sandy.
Sandy, you got something for us on projects of cleaning and?
We are, give you an update, we're gonna try to do a community trash cleanup. We've got a date set for May the 1st. We hope that would work for everyone. We're gonna meet here at Brownies at 8:30. We've got the trash bags ready,
Best, everything.
the best, so if you know anybody, let them know, Facebook, if you're watching, plan to meet here. May the 1st at 8:30, we're gonna start here at the railroad tracks, Rockfish Road, it goes south. And try to get it cleaned up, like Brother Larry said, he had been cleaning up, you know, himself some, but we still got a lot of more work to do. So, you know, we'll be here, you know, won't be an all-day thing, but we'll get what we can done.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, get enough of people to help us, it won't take us long. So anyway, we got that plan for May the 1st, meet here at 8:30.
And there'll be something on the
Yes.
Rockfish community page.
Yes.
Brian's gonna take care of it.
Just pass the word.
Our next meeting will be scheduled, what, the 27th of May, is that when our meeting's gonna be, Larry? I saw something on there about the 27th of, it says April, but I believe it's,
I typed that bottom on.
I believe it's May instead of April.
Not May 18th.
You got May, it's May the 18th.
May 18th.
18th,
18th,
okay, that's
18th,
good.
18th, right there.
18th of May will be our next meeting. And I would like to ask it right now, does anyone have anything they'd like to say? Do you have any questions they'd like to ask, or would like to ask that we might be able to answer? Any way to help your business if you're in business, or that we could do to maybe help it out? I know my neighbor over here says he has to go out to the store over there and kind of quiet down the radios about 11, 12 o'clock at night so they can get some sleep. I stay on the back side of my house, so I guess I don't hear them, but I'm quite
You
sure.
watch your gun smoke.
Well, the westerns are good at night. They're a lot better than they are in the daytime. They have some new ones there. I've seen all of them in the daytime. But, yes, ma'am.
They're in our community and everywhere too. It's all over the world actually, but it impacts our community, our meeting. But one of our board members is Mike Pizzino. I never say that right, but anyway, he's a very sick young man. He has cancer. And so, your prayers are needed for him. And also, well, most everybody knows it anyway, Brownie's daughter has stage 4 cancer. And, you know, try to support Brownie and his family. She's very sick, but like I said, it's everywhere. Every family is loaded, every family has illnesses and sickness, but those are just two of the people off the top of my head that really need prayers. And of course, if you know of somebody else, if you would let us know. We're supposed to be here for each other, to reach out and help those that need encouragement and just whatever they might need, because it means so much. I had someone to tell me, well, I wanted to go and see her, but I don't know what to say. You don't have to go see somebody and have a big spiel. All you have to do is say, I'm here for you if you need me. That's all you have to say. That means everything. But I wanted you to be aware that our very own board member and very own Brownie's daughter. So if you could lift them up, stop by, you don't have to say anything. Hey, I'm thinking about you. That's all you have to do, because it means a lot. Thanks.
Anyone else? Questions, answers?
Anybody like to have one of these letters, E.T., out there? You could take one of these letters and call the state. Tell them, say, hey, I'm concerned about the intersection at Lindsay and Rockfish. You're more than welcome to have it.
They're up here on the table. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if anyone's seen on Facebook, but, in Rockfish, trailers are being stolen.
Yeah.
And yard things, so
What?
trailers, you know, like you pull on
Utility
trailers.
trailers.
Oh.
Yeah, they're being stolen a lot right now. So, there's quite a few things in
And yard things?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand what you're talking about.
Trailers, people are stealing
Utility
trailers.
trailers.
Stealing them, okay, I thought you, okay. I'm reading now, I got you.
Lord, don't let them go to my house.
I got one or two in my yard I hate for them to get gone.
Right, they're expensive.
Of course, I'm pretty good at destroying a trailer if it's on the road in front of me once in a while, I get it. But if no one else has anything, I guess that concludes our meeting for the night. Think about the one, yes, sir. Oh, okay. He shut down over, I guess, and meeting's adjourned.
Thank y'all for coming. That's it for tonight.
And bring somebody back with you.
Bring somebody, good to see Carolyn here.
Look at Carolyn, yay, Carolyn. And there's Curtis, my, person.